Okay, so let's take a look at one more number line. So the same thing, one of the first things I want to do is I want to reduce my fractions. Well, 6/12, that can be reduced to 1/2. So I'm just going to make a note of that to myself so I remember that it's 1/2. And I see here 7/28. 7/28 is going to reduce to 1/4. So again, I want to make note of that to myself. So now I know what I want to do with those. The next thing I need to do is I need to look at my number line. I see lots of lines here. Now I see it is cut in half, but maybe I'm not quite sure what it all is. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. So if I see 7 lines, maybe I start to think, hey, maybe it's sevenths. So this would be 1/7. This would be 2/7. This would be 3/7. This would be 4/7. 5/7. 6/7. And 7/7. But then I ask myself a question. If this is where 1/2 is over here, so I see 1/2 right here, I ask myself this question. How much is 7/7? Isn't 7/7 1/2? Well, how could this be 7/7 and this be where 1/2 is? Oh, I must not have broken it up correctly. And what I have to remind myself is when I see that it's 7 lines, I actually need to look at the spaces. So I don't want to be looking at the at the lines. I see that this would be a space. Here's a space. There's 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces, 6 spaces, 7 spaces, 8 spaces. And since there are 8 spaces, these aren't sevenths actually that are here. They're actually eighths. So what am I going to do? I now need to go back in and I need to correct that. So this would be 2/8. This is 3/8. 4/8. 5/8. 6/8. 7/8. And then I'm going to go ahead and just check my work. If that one was 7/8, then this one must be 8/8. And then I just ask myself this question, does that make sense? Yes, it does, because 8/8 would be 1/2. Now it's just simply where do I put these? Well, the 5/8 is going to be easy now. I know 5/8 is going to go right here. The 7/8, that's just going to go right here. Okay, but now I'm left with a couple of others. How about my 1/4? What do I do with 1/4 now? So now I notice a couple of things. I notice that I have 2/8 here, and 2/8 can be reduced. I have 4/8. 4/8 can be reduced. I have 6/8, and 6/8 can be reduced. So what do? I reduce them. So 2/8 really reduces to 1/4. And 4/8 reduces to 1/2. And 6/8 reduces to 3/4. And since that's the case, what do I want to do? Oh, 3/4 is going to go right here at the 6/8 spot. 1/4 is going to go here at the 1/4 spot at the 2/8. 6/12 is going to go at 4/8 because it's 1/2. And 7/28 is 1/4, so I'm going to put it here at 2/8.